Robert Burt. I'm from Hollywood, California. This is Base Elements Gallery. We specialize in urban, street, and graffiti. Okay, great. How did this gallery start? Well, this gallery started in 2003. That's when I came to Barcelona to pursue my artistic career as a ceramic artist. And in the end, I ended up, running this art gallery. Can you believe it? So, since 2003 up to this moment, this is almost like 14 years. This is how long it's taken me to put this collection together. So, here we go. Okay, now, who's my favorite artist in the gallery? Well, I'm gonna have to tell you, this is probably a very difficult question because I like all the artists in my gallery. But definitely one on the top of my list will have to be Francisco de Pájaro. Now, Francisco is otherwise known as Art is Trash. I like him for lots of different reasons, but one of the main reasons I really like this guy is because he's a natural-born artist. How do I choose my artist for my urban art gallery here? Well, I have a couple different criteria. One of the main criteria for me is that the artist has a body of work. That means that the artist, this is something that he does every day, okay? Number two, I have to like the artist personally, okay? Sometimes, you know, the art is very important, but the personality of the artist, I think, is just as important to me. And number three, I have to figure out whether or not I can sell the art. So sometimes that criteria is a little bit gray area, but in the end, that's how I do it. There you go. Okay, what artist or which artist would I like to see in my art gallery here? Well, you know, wow, that's a really tough decision, I have to say, because there are so many artists that I absolutely love and absolutely would love to see in my little gallery here in Barcelona. But off the top of my head, there's two artists that I really like a lot. That would be Okuda from Madrid and also Bleek Lerat from Paris. Now, we're going to talk about Bleek Lerat is because he's one of the most, how should I say, earliest artists to really hit the walls of the cities, not only in France, but also in Los Angeles, doing his stencils, okay? He is the godfather of the stencil art scene. Maybe the godfather of actually writing on the walls. Second is Okuda. Now, Okuda is a little bit more contemporary. I just love his compositions. I love his style. I love just the way he puts his works together, man. I mean, this guy really has it going on right now. You can see him all over the Facebook, all over the world, and this guy's really taken off. It's just too bad I wasn't able to get a hold of him earlier. So how's the street art scene evolved in the past 10 years? Well, you know, that's a very interesting question once again, like all these questions. From my perspective, now I've been here in Barcelona about 14 years, and the street art scene here, you know, it has evolved, but also it's basically the same as it was before. We still have an amazing amount of creatives in the street, you know, looking for opportunity on the walls of Barcelona to promote themselves, you know, to promote not only what they're doing, but also to promote something that they feel they have to do. You know, over the last 10 years, the only difference I'm seeing today is basically there are more artists that are active in the streets than there ever was before. So in the end, yeah, that's it, man. I'm sure there's another dynamic there, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, the future of urban art, street art, graffiti art. Okay, we're gonna take a perspective here from my perspective here in Barcelona. The future I see is grand, it's fantastic. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because the urban art scene is not a fad, okay? It's not a fad. Nor was pop art, nor was classical art. None of these art movements were fads, okay? They're all still as popular today as they ever were before. Think about it. Warhol is more popular today than he was in the 60s. Basquiat is more popular today than he was in the early 60s also. So what we're seeing here today is an evolution of a scene, okay, basically, that will continue to evolve, okay? And in that manner, I think the future, not only the street art scene, the graffiti art scene, the urban art scene, but also the scene in general, I think is strong. I think there's a lot of people out there that are looking for opportunity, and that's what keeps the scene fresh. Now, the street art scene, the urban art scene that you see here today, not only in my gallery, but in the streets around us, is just a continuation of the pop art and modern art movement of the late 50s and early 60s, okay? Popular culture, blending with street culture. All this was really vital during the late 50s, early 60s, and continues today, okay? So you can see some of these works in here are very much influenced by not only Basquiat, but Andy Warhol, by Lichtenstein, by you name it, many, many artists of that period. So So their vibe is still continuing to this day. So be it.